Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the Wall Ride with Big Glen. I'm Gonzo. He's Big Glen. March 26, 2024. How's it going, Glenn?
I'm doing fantastic, man. We got a lot to talk about today, man. The first month of the NASCAR season is behind us, and while the season is still young, there's a lot to sit through, and pretty much so.
I know you've been. How many races you been to so far this year?
So I went to opening week at Daytona. I went down on Tuesday to Orlando. I flew into Orlando and went to NXT, WWE NXT, because that's free. Then went up to Daytona for most of the speed weeks. I came back home on Saturday because I that was the original plan. Because I was originally, going to go to All-Star Saturday night here in downtown Indianapolis where I live at. So it's one of those things, what's up, guys, from Left Turn Call? It's good to see you guys in here tonight. I figured I'd at least tag you in the tour post. But yeah, because, I was back to Daytona and that trip. That trip was fun. I had to do I would come home the day of the original day of the Xfinity race that ended up getting rained out and moved to Monday because I was originally supposed to go to All-Star Saturday night and stuff. So that was fun. What changed though? I originally wasn't going to go to Atlanta the following week. That plan changed when NASCAR Atlanta Motor Speedway, they had let me know that there was a Chase Elliott fan package, so I went and bought that. So NBA All-Star Saturday night did not happen, thankfully, because I got to see my guy. And yes, most definitely, I think me and my buddy Freddie, Left Turn Call guys, me and my guy Freddie are going to be at the Bristol race, and I actually will be at the Coke 600 weekend and stuff, so we definitely going to be doing that. But yes, Atlanta was fun. Got to see my guy again. And he's been looking better this year. He's still got some rust to shake off. He's sitting 9th in points now, so that's all perfect. He is not the best guy at Hendrick. Those two are kind of tied as far as the best guy at Hendrick. And that is William Byron and Kyra Lawson. So that's pretty much a short rundown of what I've been doing since the last time you and I were on together.
All right. Yeah, I know you've been busy.
Yeah. I try to make it short as possible, because that was a lot. Because I went and did those two races. Then I ended up going back to Orlando for NXT and the Pacer Road game down there the week of the Phoenix race and stuff. So that was like back to back to back. But yes, I think the last time we did a show, we did it before the Clash, and let's go ahead and talk about the Clash real quick. Then we'll go into Daytona and the other few races up until now. We won't spend too much time on each one. The first one, my guy's arch nemesis, pretty much Denny Hamlin, beat all of our favorite drivers once again at the Clash at the Coliseum. The Clash at the Coliseum is actually supposed to be on Sunday night, the week before the Super Bowl, but because of the incoming rainstorm that was going to cause issues with, Southern California mudslides, things like that, NASCAR, they made the right decision, and I think to keep everyone safe, and they actually ran that race a day early and just ran all of it and had the NASCAR Mexico Series run after the Clash. And that race is pretty good. I've never seen a NASCAR Mexico race before. I'm not sure if you checked out anything of that yourself, Chris, but that was fun as hell. It's very good.
No, I didn't see any of that. I didn't realize they were running that race on that Saturday night.
Yeah, because I think since you guys
I realized they was running, it was the race was over.
Yeah, I want to say that you guys were like at like one of the wrestling shows you guys usually go to on Saturday. I want to say it was that weekend that all were in Lebanon for that WCWO event. I want to say y'all were there that night.
Yeah, it might have been because we thought the race was on Sunday.
Yeah,
we turned over here Sunday to watch it. The race was Saturday night. The race is already over.
Yeah, with that big mudslide part, I'm happy NASCAR did it because NASCAR gets a lot of crap from the fan base as far as their decision making, and they came out on top. And they pretty much told the fans in that way, not directly to acknowledge us because they did that perfectly. But yes, on to Daytona. I went to the duels, the truck race, and the qualifying, and before I came back to Indy, and all three of those days was fun as hell. It's all good, guys. Catch you all later. I'll try to catch you on next Monday. It might be kind of late. I'll be at a Pacer game, so Mondays are kind of tough, but I'll catch you on the flip side. But yes, the day, I think it was the day of the truck race or the day of the duel. In the infield, they had Dale Sr.'s 1998 winning vehicle and Dale Jr.'s 2001 All-Star race, not the All-Star race, but the Pepsi 400 MLB All-Star baseball car. Those are like the two most iconic vehicles in NASCAR history, sitting like right next to each other right there in the infield. I had to get a picture of that, and one of the guys from Richard Churros just happened to do like a short demonstration and stuff and turned on the Dale Sr. 98 winner. It was awesome, man. But the dual winners from that, I forget who. Let me pull this up. A lot of these results, get lost when there's a lot going on.
Yes.
It won't take too long. Oh, okay. Here we go. That's the one race I did not put in here. But anyway, we're gonna go straight to the Daytona. Whatchamacallit, my notes here. We're pretty much going to the Daytona 500. That's William Byron won the Daytona 500. Nick Sanchez won the truck race on Friday night before I left. Daytona 500 was run on Sunday, not Sunday, but Monday. And because of the rain, when I went to the airport to come home on Saturday morning, when the Fire Thunderbirds and stuff were practicing down there and stuff for the race, it had just started to rain, and it rained all the way till like Monday or Sunday night or Monday morning and stuff. So, but yeah, Austin Hill won the Xfinity race down there, and William Byron ran. And I got one huge much love and a big shout out to Natalie Decker for leading laps late at Daytona. I got to see her and Josh Bilicki plus as well as our teammate Kyle Weatherman at their team meet and greet at Wawa across the street from Daytona. If you've ever been to Daytona, you pretty much know there's like a strip mall of like gas stations and shopping centers, and they was at the Wawa gas station, and that was cool as hell. Got to meet them. I got to see Matt and Natalie once again. That was fun as hell. But there was a funny thing that happened when I was over there at the Wawa. Do you remember me talking about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went ahead and go into the story because so the I caused the rain and I did leave. Then my guy decided he's going to hold your guy up for a little bit. But yeah, anyway. So there was like a Orlando news. I want to say it was Orlando news station. They was picking people out from the crowd that was out there at the meet and greet for Natalie Decker and Kyle Weatherman and Mario Gosling racing team. And I was like, you know what? I think I know what he wants to talk about. So I was like, if I can get his attention, we'll talk about it. So they was interviewing people for race fans plans for if when it rains. Well, even though I was coming home Saturday, I was like, I was bullshit to, kind of crap, joke around and get on just to get on TV kind of deal. So that's what I did. I pretty much was talking about my plans as if I was actually staying until Tuesday, even though I was staying until Saturday. So I was like, I can't get in trouble for that. Have some fun with this, because you know how much I love some chicanery in that way. So yeah. So on to Atlanta. The winners from that race weekend was Daniel Suarez with pretty much one of the greatest finishes in NASCAR history, going 3 wide at the line at the finish. Only thing that sucked is Davis Mann came in second. It would have been nice to see him win, obviously. And but yeah, it's pretty funny, Billy Buzz. I had to share a story because it fit right in that way. So but yeah, Kyle Busch won the truck race at Atlanta. Austin Hill did the same thing that he did when I went to the Daytona and Atlanta race last year. He pretty much won both of the Xfinity Series races. It was wild to see, and it's actually I want to say I'm a fan of the guy. I wouldn't buy merchandise probably, but Austin Hill is a great super speedway driver. We have to recognize that. But the main event of that weekend was obviously getting to see my guy not once but twice. I went down as soon as I got off the plane. I went and got my car rental and went directly to the Hooters by where I was staying at because Chase Elliott had a meet and greet, so we went and did that. Then he had the thing at the track on Sunday and stuff. I pretty much what I was trying to say earlier when I was talking about the Daytona trip is I sold my NBA All-Star Sire nice seats so I can go do this for Atlanta, which ended up being, the greatest decision I ever made, because I'm a genius. So, but yeah, Vegas winners were pretty much Kyle Larson, John Hunter Nemechek, and Raza Karuth. Phoenix, so it was Christopher Bell and Chandler Smith. Coda was Corey Heim, Kyle Larson, and William Byron. And in between there was Bristol. Did you get a chance to see the Bristol race, Chris?
I saw some of it.
Yeah, the Cup race was insane. because of the tire wear going on throughout the race. I think I want to say Goodyear brought a different tire compound than what they normally have brought to Bristol before, and it made the racing pretty chaotic. The tire wear was wearing off after 50 laps, and a lot of the older drivers that have raced in races that has had that happen, they was able to manage it. So that people like Denny Hamlin was up front, Brad Keselowski, so. And what was crazy about it is when they would hit that like 45 lap mark, all of a sudden everybody is like slowing down.
Dude, it got wild. They get to about 46 laps on them tires, and it was crazy.
It was insane. Like you had people trying to pull off. If you have ever seen Bristol on TV or raced in iRacing like I have, it is crazy to come down off the track onto the pit road. So all of a sudden you damn near having cars stop on the track. It was chaos. I actually enjoyed it pretty much.
But what was up with the tires? What was causing them to wear out so fast?
Hey Kelly, yeah. From what David was saying, it was the same compound last year, and Denny thinks it was definitely temperature in the track because Bristol has not raced on the concrete in the spring in the next gen, if I can't remember correctly. So like the track wasn't taking rubber like it should have. Usually, in the summer when the heat, all that rubber was building up on it, But the previous 2 years, the race was on dirt, so they wouldn't been able to know about how the track is in those conditions until obviously now. But we will know for sure about that, the other part of that, when they go back in September. It'll be fun. Yeah, the track. That's why I mentioned the iRacing part too.
Hey, Kelly.
It's like very big. It's like being in like a cereal bowl or something like that, But yeah, the track race was that Friday, or I think the night before, and Christian Eckes won that race. That was pretty entertaining. I was actually watching that race in the middle of the Pacer game. Yeah. Because qualifying was going on when everybody was coming in for the game. Then once the actual game started, every time out, I checked the race. Kyle Busch was up there, and Christian did pretty good. So the point standings are across all three series are pretty interesting. You want to know why? The 9 car and the 9 truck in all 3 series, the Cup Series, the Xfinity Series, and the Truck Series, are in 9th place in the standings right now. Chase Elliott is 9th in points in the Cup Series. Brandon Jones is 9th in points in the Xfinity Series. And one of David's favorite drivers in the Truck Series, Grant Enfinger, is 9th in the series points in the Truck Series. It's wild, man. Yeah, David compared Bristol to Anderson Speedway from what it looks like. So that sounds like it'd be. I know he knows the stuff, so I would say he's probably right if you've been to Anderson.
Yeah, I've been to Anderson a lot. Actually, years ago, a long time ago, I worked there a little bit. Yeah, I've been to we used to go to Anderson almost every weekend and watch races.
Yeah. I tell you what, man. I'm looking. Yeah, he ever since he went to junior Billy, he has not done well at all. I would like to see him do a lot better than what he has been. He has not performed to his ability that he did when he was with Joe Gibbs. And we all know kind of pretty much Joe Gibbs I want to say is a crook, but he don't. Yeah, yeah. We're talking about. Yeah, we was talking about he catching up to Grant Enfinger in that way. Yeah, I'm not too big. I'm not too big a fan of Grant myself. it's probably the same reason why Dave doesn't like him. I would probably say it doesn't seem interesting. Like there's nothing there, and he's one of the older guys in the field. So yeah. Speaking of that, I think it was in Daytona. Speaking of old guys in the field, man. Jimmy Johnson, I was looking forward to him doing much better in the Daytona race than what he ended up doing. I think he ended up getting caught in that first wreck.
Yeah.
And did not perform well or end up coming off the track. Actually, I can't remember which one it was.
Is he running full time again?
He is running more races than what he did last year. I think like last year that he only did he was supposed to run more last year, but somebody on his wife's side of the family killed himself or something like that. So they had a very huge tragedy in their family to where it was like, I don't want to say it was in June that this took place or late May, because it was see, Jimmy had ran the Coke 600 and didn't do well. And yeah, exactly. That's pretty much what NASCAR was founded on, Tony. So I every time David saying Chase is cheating, then or it's true, most likely. I mean, parity right now is an all-time high though in the Cup Series because pretty much what David was saying, paint drying is pretty much scraping finger in that way. That dude's never seemed appealing to me. So, but yeah, now what was talking about, Chris? So we can get back on track here. We was talking about. I don't forgot what we was on, man. Help me out.
You was talking about Bristol.
Oh yeah, Bristol. We was talking about Bristol. That was a fun track. This is. I'm interested to see how it works in September. Hopefully, it would be something similar to that as what we've seen, but it could be definitely the only thing that could be different is the track temperature. So I'll be able to see that in person. Actually, me and my guy Freddie is going down for that. Dale Jr. is going to be racing on Saturday, which is perfect.
I need to go to that one year. I've never been. I need to go to Bristol.
Oh yeah, now I remember what we was getting on about Jim Johnson's schedule. So he had a tragic family, so he didn't run anything after Coke 600. But most of the tracks that he's run on this year is mile and a half tracks that Toyota has done well at. The Brickyard is going to be one of those races he's going to be in this year, thankfully. Speaking of that situation, I'll actually have a Cup VIP pass and an Xfinity VIP pass for the Coke 600 weekend in May. So I am going to try to get a picture with Jimmy Johnson. I need to check mark that box off before it's too late.
See, I need to go to a Brickyard too. I've never been to one.
Yeah, heck, stay because fair fights today, the Xfinity race at the Brickyard. So if y'all want to stay in town, we all can go over there, so because that's gonna be a fun weekend. If you're sitting with somebody, you have to text each other because you can't hear each other. Oh yeah, that's how loud it can be at Bristol. So yeah, because the cars that track is so small. Obviously, the cars are always going around.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The tickets for that weekend were relatively very, very cheap. It was I think it was like 130. Oh, Billy. Unfortunately, I know another guy. That guy picked another guy. So that was some good odds though. I was 1 of 20 to potentially win $4,000. So. I was hoping I was going to get that notification, but, it happens. Yeah, the only drivers locked in right now in the Cup Series playoffs is Denny Hamlin, Kyle Lawson, William Byron, Christopher Bell, and pretty much those guys are locked in. The other top 16 drivers right now in the Cup Series, that have not got a win but are looking good in points is Martin Truex Jr., Ty Gibbs, Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick, Alex Bowman, Chris Buescher, Kyle Busch, Daniel Suarez. Oh, yeah, Daniel Suarez won, so that's another driver that's locked herself into the NASCAR playoffs. John Hunter Nemechek and Brad Keselowski. Yeah, that finishing until in Atlanta, I actually wish I could have got to stay to catch that, but because my flight was leaving Atlanta at like 9:55, I had to leave when that last red flag took place because the time I knew it was going to take me to get up to the airport, get parked and everything, and that race ended up going long. So if I had stayed to the checker flag and got stuck in the traffic coming out of the Atlanta Motor Speedway, I would have missed my flight. So I was like, something could tell me, Glenn, you need to go now. Like, and I went now and got out within 2 minutes onto the highway. Then everything. So well, all of us gonna be there on Sunday. I won't be at Fair Fight this year, but that's because I'll be at the Xfinity race because I'll have what I was talking about earlier, having a VIP pass for that race. I'm actually paying for that one, so because I want to make sure that I get one for my home track, so I can mark that box off too. That's gonna be a fun weekend, regardless. Yeah, I think David's gonna drop me off like before the sun even comes up on that Saturday, so that they can get their Warrior Pro stuff going.
I'm gonna have to try to get some tickets for that on Sunday.
Yeah, I think it's like $55 for general admission, and you can bring your lawn chair and you can go sit with David and those guys. They sit on the hill, coming off of 4, which this year would be coming off of 4 instead of Road Course Turn 1 because now it's back on the oval and stuff, So I'm not sure where I'm going to sit at just yet. I probably will try to win their tickets again this year. So it was funny how all that worked out last year. I won them their tickets, because my guys, Tony Donahue, runs a fan place app. It's like non-monetized betting. You got to select outcomes of events, similar to like a pick six kind of deal. And they was set up over at the Advanced Auto on Speedway, or over by the Speedway, right before you hit 465, going to the track. And I won theirs and one of those tickets for the Xfinity race as well. We had a hell of a weekend, man. I wore the heck out of David, though. It was going around so fast. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that again this year. It just sucks not being able to go to Fair Fight again this year, but we all understand the situation on that, So because I know Fair Fight's going to be a great show as always. That's WPW WrestleMania. So.
Oh yeah, it'll be a good one.
Oh yeah. They got a show there at the. There on Sunday that I will be at for the first time since before Christmas, so it'll be great. And you guys will be there doing the show on Easter, and they're going to draw the for the Eric Bischoff signed NWO belt. Yeah, I could probably get a VIP for that, for that as well, man. I may have to send out a few emails for that one. So
yeah, we might be able to do that. Go down Friday.
Yeah, go down Friday. Yeah, because it would be a great lead in and up for the for you guys as well. Because I know that track. I don't know, like David knows it, but I know where we can park at. It's perfect because it's easy in, easy out every single time. You don't want to be messing with the parking up on the north end where all the, like Terry Funk would say, simple-minded people.
I want to go to Indy 500 as well. I listen to it on the radio every year, but I've never. Well, this year I watched it. Now you can watch it on TV live, but before I used to listen to it on the radio every year.
The radio is the way to go because they start their coverage at I think at 5 in the morning. As soon as that cannon goes off, boom, they're on the air. You know, when is Roman going to win again? He'll win at WrestleMania.
I kind of want to see Roman win at WrestleMania because everybody will freak out.
Yeah, you know how I feel about it. I really don't matter both ways, but I'm going to be partial to them waiting just a little bit longer. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun summer stretch for NASCAR, and I plan on being there for most of it. You know, for the Coke 600 Brickyard and the end of the summer Bristol. My guy Freddie. I plan on going to Phoenix, but I need to for the championship. But I need to start trying to put that away in July. So. But yeah, the funny thing when I did the Chase Elliott event and stuff was he had a Q&A, and I was trying to get the Performance Racing Network guy. His name was Brad Gilly. He was the one doing the interview and talking and stuff. I was like, hey. I was kind of giving them like the visual, like, hey, I want to ask him a question, kind of deal. And so I had my phone ready. I was like, hey, what's your favorite personal feelings about winning the championship in Phoenix? Because you got to remember, when he won the championship in 2020, that was like a day before my birthday, and his championship parade in Dawsonville, Georgia was on my birthday. So, and I got his signed diecast when I was in Phoenix last November. That race means a lot to me. So I had him sign it. And when I had him sign it down there in Phoenix, man, that was a chaotic situation because everybody was like all huddled over that rail that divides you from the driver part of it when the car's on like the other side.
Yeah.
And everybody's trying to get their autographs, get pictures, things like that. And he was one of the first to sign mine because they knew I was sitting out there most of the day out because it was like that Phoenix race was pretty awesome that weekend in general because I had the extra access. But the ARCA the ARCA West Series had raced like early, like lunchtime in the day, so I had time to go over to the Cup Garage, and everybody was all huddled up there. I was probably in his garage most of the day, and I was probably in there for about maybe 3 or 4 hours, ran total. And after Cup practice, everybody was in there huddled over, and there was a guy that put both of his arms over me, like to where I couldn't move. I was like, no problem. Do what you got to do, man. Then walked off with about misses because, I'd already got what I wanted, so I really didn't care at that point, You guys, the only person know how I am about that. So it was amazing end of the season, and it's been an amazing start so far. So. But yeah,
He said he's been about 15 times, but he wouldn't mind going to the 500 because Larson is running.
Yeah, I'll be seeing the back half of his 1,100-mile run. So, because he's going to do what Tony Stewart did that one year is after the 500, the Indy 500, go through the infield, probably get some IV, liquid IV. Well, not like liquid IV, but the IV packs. Get some IV in them. And hop on a helicopter or plane to go to Charlotte for the Coke 600 and stuff. So yeah. Oh yeah. We talked about this on Chris's show earlier today. So about the Pacers being in the playoffs, man. I'm getting ready to get fired up for that. Yeah, the Pacers are probably going to be looking at a 6 seed. I hope it's a 6 seed. I really don't want them playing because I want us to have it. Oh, Chase ain't done yet, David. Yeah, have you looked at the point standings, David? Chase is sitting in ninth. Kyle Busch is barely in at 13th. He's actually done better today than what he did when he came back from his injury last year and
Let's see.
stuff.
Kyle Busch was on McAfee. Was it last week or week
Yeah,
before? When was McAfee a week like last week?
yeah.
Before?
I think it was the week that I went to Phoenix, or not went to Phoenix, but it was the week I went to Orlando, and that was a pretty good interview, man.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch is a great dude, man. Like I'm somewhat of a fan of him. Don't get me wrong, and but yeah, I got to see him win the St. Louis race last year and stuff after that long delay because there was a lightning cloud hovered over St. Louis, over the Mississippi and stuff that held the race up for like an extra 2 hours than what it should have. So
That was that was a good interview when he was on McAfee.
yeah, and he actually was getting into with Chris Bobel after the color race on Sunday because Chris was trying to get through the field to go try to catch William Byron, and when he did that, he had hit. Chris Bell had spun out Kyle Busch coming through one of them tight hairpin turns. So Kyle Busch let him know about it. He's the guy that's going to let you know about it.
They were talking to him about fighting.
Yeah.
McAfee and them were definitely talking to him about fighting.
Yeah. Kyle Busch used to. There's a clip of him after one of the finishes in Vegas. I forget what year it was, but it was him and Joey Logano, and at that time I really didn't like either one. So I was like, yeah, let these dudes go at it. But yeah, Kyle will throw down if he's got to. Because he's done, we see him do it. Yeah, he definitely can drive a car, that is for sure. And Braxton Busch is going to be one of the stars coming up through the NASCAR in the coming years. He is still relatively a little bit young, but honestly, there is somebody that was driving that has not done well. I made a comment. Oh yeah, that's what it was. So Richard Childress Kyle Busch's teammate has a teammate named Austin Dillon. He drives Dale's old car number 3. Austin Dillon has not had a good year, and Austin, I know is a good dude, good driver, but I made a comment, and I was being flat honest because you know how I am. I was like, is Braxton Busch ready to the race cup? Because Austin Dillon has not been looking good. But yeah, that's how I felt about it. I was like, is Braxton Busch ready to race this yet? Because, golly, I feel bad for Austin, but I think it has to do a lot with the team. All the money is on the 8 team, which is where it should be, because Kyle is a top NASCAR personality, very honest, very open. Obviously he's going to bring in sponsorship money, unlike Austin Dillon. So that's where all the. But yeah,
What it always comes down to is money.
Yeah, pretty much. Chase being NASCAR's most popular driver, obviously a lot of sponsorship money. It's probably why it's a little hindered, honestly, because he has not done well in the next gen car stuff.
Yeah, McAfee did say he'd pay for him to run the Indy 500.
Yeah, I would love to see it myself, actually. However, I don't think that's going to happen. I think Kyle's chance to do it. Well, Richard would probably let him do it, but I think Kyle's past the point of that being a possibility. But it would be nice to see. I mean, some of the most famous Indy 500 winners are, relatively older guys, like Rick Mears and guys like that. Halio was another one, Yep, pretty much. Has not performed well. He had one good, had a good win in Daytona 1 year and a few other wins. I think he won. Yeah, he won the Crap Fest at Daytona in the summer, a couple summers ago, where 3/4 of the field got taken out and stuff. So technically, yeah, Billy is not wrong on that. But yeah, the Coke 600 is going to be very fun. I'm looking forward to it. That's actually the next trip. Um, Now I will be leaving early in the week that week. I'll be leaving on like Wednesday and come back on Memorial Day. And we're hoping that it doesn't rain. I don't think it's going to rain with BB down there this year. Thankfully, my record that is pretty good. So I am going to hang my hat on that and say that we will not see a drop of rain at all this week. That weekend, Hendrick Fan Fest is going to be taking place. They actually renamed it Hendrick Homecoming. That's going to take place on Friday and Saturday of the Coke 600 weekend, which is, I believe, is the May 24th or 25th or 25th or 26th. I'm pulling up the May calendar right now, and yep, it's Friday, May 24th, and Saturday, May 26th. So they said to have that site bookmarked because you have to have wristbands, to get into some of the driver appearances and things like that. To get your autographs, get your pictures taken, things like that. And they're free, but they don't have a limited amount. So I'll be checking that site every day, 3 times a day. So I want to, get one of probably Chase sign my hat or maybe an 8x10 that I want him to sign. I haven't had him sign yet. Potentially get a picture with him. Now, so here's the thing: that with it being Hendrick's 40 year in NASCAR, they actually have they've called it homecoming, but there'll also be former drivers, former crew chiefs, former team members also there. So I will likely be there most of that weekend at Hendrick, which is very close to Charlotte Motor Speedway. That complex, is like right next door, pretty much.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting a picture with Chad Canals and stuff because some of the innovation with him working with Jimmy Johnson, canalsing the car up, also known as cheating the car up.
I was gonna say he's known as being a pretty good cheater, right?
Yeah, the most fun. I've been joking about that lately because I was like, man, they really cheated, but like that's pretty much what NASCAR was based on. Back from the moonshine days and things like that. Canalsing the car up. Canalsing it. They come up with a term for that. So, but yeah.
Indiana State's down by 1.
Halftime.
4 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah, the IU women's, man.
I was getting ready to ask you what you think their chances are against South Carolina on Friday.
It's going to look like WrestleMania 3 out there. Unfortunately for South Carolina, they're going to be the Andre the Giant, and IU's going to body slam them, and 1, 2, 3 in that way. So yeah, they're going. IU's going to win that game on Friday.
I would love to see it.
I would love to see it too.
They're going to have to play a better game than what they played. Yep. Was it yesterday or day before?
I think it was Monday night. Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah, it was last night.
Yeah, they a lot of the top upper tiered seeds had some scares.
Even Iowa struggled with West Virginia a little bit.
Yeah, Iowa, I think will be all right. Caitlin Clark about turning up on everybody and stuff like that.
Already be Indiana Fever.
Yeah, she's going to be. It was funny because the Fever had put out a wonderful. You know how the Pacers and the Fever are like on game days they'll put out like a flyer and stuff. They hadn't put out like days to NBA draft like a calendar or anything like that until it hit the number 22. Obviously. Why is that telling you?
Everybody knows who they're going to take.
It's the worst kept secret in sports, man. So
we'll have to get together because I plan on trying to go to a couple games this year.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to get in on do some like credential work, man, and get in on that, I can definitely do that for you. And if you want to do it as well, just let me know. 'Cause I was looking into that. I was like, you know what, we probably could. Me and Chris probably could do something for the show. You know.
Yeah. At one time, I was supposed to have credentials, and then
Yeah, that I remember
uh,
that.
it kind of that didn't work. But I might, like I said, that's something we can definitely check into.
Yeah, I mean, I got tickets to every game and stuff, but I wouldn't mind having them, doing some media work. And I've actually already I had inboxed Doug Bowles about covering Brickyard weekend and stuff, but he did not get back to me. I'm verified on Twitter, so like on Twitter, you know how certain public figures to have to where you need to be verified to inbox them. I did not hear back from him, unfortunately, but I am going to send an email to their other page for about the credentials process, because I think it varies from track to track. And you remember how when I was on here with you last time, I was wanting to attempt to do Daytona, but with that being the first race of the year, they did not approve of that, which is okay. I completely understand the process and their reasoning behind that, because a lot of people willing to go down to Daytona for the first race of the year. So I think it's a track by track kind of thing. So I'll be looking into that. But as far as the fever thing is concerned, I'm sure there would not be no issues getting in for any of that this year. So.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely want to get down there. But yeah, I watched the IU and the Iowa game last night. Both of them struggled a little bit, and South Carolina rolled.
Yeah, they
Didn't they win
definitely
their
did.
last game by like 50 or something?
Yeah, it was close to it was at least 40 something. It was looking a lot like the Purdue game from Sunday night. Yeah, I made some good money off of those tickets. I won on Friday too, man. That was interesting. I won tickets to the early session of March Madness. Obviously, I was down in Greenwood at 6 in the morning for that focus group, so I couldn't make it. I was like, this because the seating where the seats were in section 16, row 14. Mid court, lower level. That's a lot of money right there. So I was like, this is going to get some good trip money, and it's going to help me out with the summer stress of my trips. The Charlotte and the Fever games. I was like, so and they won even up 5 hours and they sold. So
Think Purdue beats Gonzaga?
yeah, I think they win it all actually. If it ain't them, it'll be UConn.
Yeah, I like UConn. I think UConn's going to win it this year again.
Yeah, it probably will come down to UConn and Purdue. I can't remember which side of the bracket those two are on, but yeah, it seems like it's going to be UConn or IU, or not IU, Purdue.
Well, Indiana State's down by 4.5.
Hell yeah! Or I wish they was doing better, but once you get deeper into the tournament, the world teams show up. Billy, I'll be honest with you. 630 bucks, $315 a piece. That's how much I got out of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was Purdue, I probably could have got 1,000. I'll leave it at that. That's how crazy all that was. That was more than what I made off the Cubs last year when they beat our Reds. Yeah, I was like, I love our Reds, but I was like, man, they ain't playing too well right now. That the Cubs was going off, putting up 15, 17 rounds. There was one game that was 21. And I was like,
opening day's almost here.
yep, this week, man.
Thursday. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, same here, man. If you want to go down to the Reds game, man, let me know, man.
Oh, I definitely want to go to some. I checked on opening day, but dude, the tickets were outrageous for opening day.
Yeah.
And about all they had left was like standing room only.
Oh yeah, you and I ain't doing no standing room only.
But I definitely want to go down to some games. I love going down there.
Yeah, that's a great ballpark. I've been down there a few times. unfortunately, I was there when Scott Rowland dropped that ball in the 10th inning against San Francisco in the playoffs. Man, that still eats at me every day.
We only made it to one game last year. I want to get to more this year.
Yeah, that game that you guys ended up going to last year was probably the game that it was the best game to go to because it was early in the day and it was against the Frankie's Yankees. So and we don't play the Yankees much.
Yeah, that was my first time seeing the Yankees live, so that was pretty.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, the two of the other times that I went is when we played Seattle Mariners. Who's that one player that played? He was like a good home run guy that was with the Yankees and hit that home run in the playoffs. Then got traded to Seattle. I forget his name. You probably know his name. That's gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna look that up. It was like about 8 or 10 years ago. He was with Seattle, but he was previously with the Yankees and had hit a big home run in the American League playoffs when he the Yankees.
I can't think of who it is right now.
Yeah, he had got traded to them, the Mariners. But yeah, that was another game we went to. Then the year that the Cubs won it all, me and my buddy Brian Sema, we went to the Reds and Cubs game that was like early in the season. We left a little bit late because I had performed the night before and got in late. And Richmond to Cincinnati is like through the country, so it takes you longer to get to Cincinnati from Richmond because there's like no highway. We got there about, it was like the bottom of the first one got into our seat, and we're all the way down like 7-0 to the Cubs. I was like, well, Ryan's going to be that kind of day, man, because that was when the Cubs won all that year and stuff. So
yeah, we went to. I wouldn't see him play the Cubs quite a bit. I've seen him play the Cardinals a lot because my son was a big Cardinals fan. So when he was younger, we'd go a lot and watch the Reds and the Cardinals.
Yeah. Anytime that we can be St. Louis and the Cubs is a great day, obviously. So especially at St. Louis, man, because they just has won so much, over the years to where it kind of gets annoying. Kind of like the Patriots winning all the time. Well, before he started to suck. So, what you think about the Tawny stuff, man? That's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna get this out because I think it may miss to you in the chat. The Dodgers ain't winning the World Series. They're not even gonna make it to the World Series. They're gonna get put out before the end of the NLCS series.
It seems awful fishy that they're trying to say now that he didn't know nothing about it when it first came out that he covered for the guy, and then now it's the guy stole from him. So it makes it look awful bad when you change your story up like that.
Yeah, it's very suspicious, obviously. And see, anytime that you have the government involved, whether it be the Federal Bureau of Investigations or the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, if they have a reason to go look at you, there's a legit reason. So they're gonna be in trouble, most likely. So something will come of this and everything, and it sucks because our guy Pete Rose. So getting into Baltimore or is going to be the last time David probably went was probably back when Al Michaels was covering the Reds on the radio before Marty took over. I've been
the one game in Baltimore. That's a cool ballpark.
Yeah, Taylor Turner's back standing room only, so yeah. Pacers do have a section of that as well. Not not the turner's block seats, but like up in the Kroger Sky Deck and stuff. So they put that in last year. I've not been up there yet though. They're actually one of the cheapest seats in the house, I believe, because it's just so high up. Yeah, Easter might be this weekend, but like we do have a NASCAR race this weekend for the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series. So they're going to be at the Richmond. Wait a minute, hold on. I want to make sure I get this day correct because this race is a Saturday night. Oh yeah, it's exactly what I thought it was. So the Richmond night race is Sunday night, and the Xfinity race is on Saturday. Let's see that. Check that out here.
So Sunday's a night race?
Yeah, Sunday's a night race. I wanted to make sure before I even brought that up because I don't want to be incorrect. But yeah, Richmond used to be a nighttime track for the longest time. Then NASCAR changed it to where it was day track for most of the last decade up until I think this year. And so it's now back to a night race. So and the Xfinity race is actually in the early afternoon on Saturday. So I'm going to I have a pick to win this weekend, ready to go for the Cup Series, and I believe Mr. Young Money Kyle Larson is going to win again here at Richmond on Sunday. I feel like for the Xfinity Series on Saturday afternoon, I feel who is going to win that one. I feel like it's going to be Junior Motorsports this weekend for that. So I feel like it's going to be one of the Junior Motorsports guys, whether it be Sam Mayer, Justin Allgaier. It's going to be a fun weekend for sure. And it's going to be fun Sunday, over at Warrior Pro Wrestling. So it'll be, that'll be a good day in general. Dave will be actually able to catch actually. He may wait till Monday morning because him and his friend they get up and watch it because he'll be asleep by the time that starts. So I may not be allowed to talk about that until after they go watch it. So
I'll probably watch some of it Sunday night when I get back in town. Saturday, we have a wrestling show on Saturday here in Muncie, DCCW.
Bearcat Rumble, right?
Yep.
Hell yeah. Robbie D's going to be there. That's going to be, a greenified good time.
Yep. And we have Warrior Pro on Sundays. And last weekend we was there at Comic-Con all weekend.
I remember that. I was actually going to go see you guys on Saturday, but I decided not to go see the Ghostbusters movie just yet. So I was waiting to see if anybody knew went and seen it before I decided to go see it myself. I didn't want to spend $15 and the movie suck,
Yeah. Somebody, I forget who it was. Somebody that went and saw it and said it was pretty good.
Yeah. I think I'm going to try to see it this week or next week. I'll figure a way to get it in there because the Circus tomorrow is actually showing it, so I don't got far to go. So yeah. I think that pretty much does it, man. I would give you a pick for Martinsville, but I think it's too early to tell. So my picks for Richmond race on Sunday is Kyle Larson and the Hendrick Motorsports number 5 Chevrolet, and I think a Junior Motorsports team is going to win the Xfinity race on Saturday.
All right. Well, we appreciate everybody joining us. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram at Gonzo Sports Room as well. And we'll see you guys next time here at the Wall Ride with Big Glen.
Have a good one, guys. See you next month.